Hello guys! So this is my third or fourth attempt, I forgot, at recording this because this is my first video. This is a test video for the channel. As I said before in the description of the channel, if anyone noticed, we're going to be doing more movie review, or just review in general oriented because I enjoy writing them a lot. And we'll kind of go from there. I mean, if you want me to record something, I'll also try to play games from time to time. I enjoy it. But that will come later. This video, by no means, is very serious at all. It's more just a test, to test, recording skills. We'll see how that goes. This is me recording the Criminal Minds characters. So a couple disclaimers on this. First of all, this is my first video, so please don't judge me too hard. But also, I hope, for your sake, that you watch and or love Criminal Minds. Because if you don't, then I'm going to come off as a very big fanboy right now. Also, the characters I will be reviewing are ones that are the main characters. Like, these are the ones that stuck through most seasons. Except for Gideon, because I don't really consider Gideon. I don't know. I don't like Gideon. I didn't really watch too many episodes with him. So we'll just skip over him. I know he was there for a couple seasons, but it's whatever. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you a warning real quick. I'm sorry. This episode has no methodology from it, aside from my personal preference. This is not a detailed or official review by any means. Expect all of that in the full Criminal Minds review in 2060. There are also some random spoilers for the show if you care. And also, once again, I hope you watch this on a regular basis, or I'm going to come off as one very obsessed fan. Number 7, last place, is Garcia. Penelope, or whatever else she goes by a lot of names in the show. Now, get this straight, none of these characters are necessarily bad at all. I mean, Criminal Minds is my favorite show during quarantine for a reason. It doesn't have bad characters. However, Garcia, she is the most annoying and kind of hardest to deal with. She doesn't seem to take the situation she's in seriously. Kind of bothers me a little. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Also, she has a huge loss in the fact that every episode surrounded around her is just very bad to me, in my opinion. She has the least interesting moments, and it in no way is emotionally moving in any of her scenes, which is a huge flaw for me. Number 6 is Morgan. Now, Morgan's funny to me because Morgan is literally just... Every time I think about him, he's serious and angry. He's basically just an average guy who happens to be an FBI agent. I mean, there are moments I enjoyed from him, such as his confrontation with the Prince of Darkness in the debut of Season 6, as well as his attempt to stop a grieving father from killing himself in front of his daughter. Even with Morgan being unsuccessful, it was still moving. And Morgan's extreme honesty is also admirable, such as when he fessed up to his aunt about a lie that his cousin was killed by a recently captured serial killer. That was a long sentence. However, these are 3 highlights, about 3, out of 9 seasons I've seen so far. That's not a good look for this character. Number 5 is Prentiss. Now, she does have her moments, and is also a bit hilarious. I mean, she kind of is like Hodge, where she's so serious, but when she makes a joke, or just does something funny, she's just... I don't know. I find it enjoyable. Like when she lies to her therapist and says she engaged in a relationship with a man named Sergio, who's her cat. However, she has one major flaw that ultimately brought her lower on the list, and that's her connection to Doyle. I don't enjoy the Ian Doyle episodes at all. I mean, I feel like Criminal Minds is meant to be local criminals, local serial killers in the U.S. Once it goes international, I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy Doyle. I don't enjoy that. I mean, and that makes Prentiss kind of get dragged down as well because the episodes are so centered around her. And also, I just hate her decisions in the show. In these episodes. Like, the most notable one for me is when she doesn't want to tell her team, about Doyle because she's worried about dragging them into it. Even though they were already hunting Doyle and were already aware, so they're already in it. I mean, either she was very misinformed or she is just a very complicated person. Now, to be honest, The top 4 is basically one big tie, with small moments breaking them apart into a cohesive list. Number 4 is JJ. She certainly found herself brought to my attention after her speech over the radio to the Prince of Darkness, also known as the legend, Tim Curry, in his third best role ever. I personally enjoyed It 1990 and Star Wars The Clone Wars, as they were both better. However, no one can say they noticed her before this point. I don't want to say I like JJ. She's smart. She has a lot of intrigue to her character, but I always forget that she's even there. She doesn't talk much. She's just kind of there. She doesn't exist. I don't know. She's better now, but in the early season, she was basically just a background character to me. If it hasn't been clear right now, a huge deciding factor for me in this ranking are emotional scenes and the characters' involvement in them. I love it when a movie or show makes me tear up or cry, and Criminal Minds is a master at it, with such terrifyingly real situations that sometimes even leave you unsure of right or wrong. With that said, third place is Dr. Reed, who's obviously one of the most charming and funny characters in the show. There's nothing I can really say about Reed you don't already know. He's a genius, he's fun to watch, and he's just great, really. I mean, what's there to say? So what's he doing here in the bronze spot? Well, to be completely frank, Reed isn't in the show very often, and the episodes surrounded by him are very rare. And I only realized that when I was making this review. Like, how many episodes are surrounded about Reed? I mean, there's that one with the voodoo, and there's one, with the, I don't know, his girlfriend. I don't know. There's just random. I don't know. He's not in the show very much. That's my point. And that's why he's down here. But that's something that can never be said about my silver medal winner, Rossi. Rossi is an absolute gem. I love every moment with him present, and he has some truly amazing interactions with villains in the show, such as the Butcher, or the brother of another serial killer that Rossi put away, who is now out for revenge. Every episode that centers around him is immediately a home run for me, and I hope that he continues to amaze me as I enter Season 9. Now, of course, number 1 is Hodge. I mean, how could it not be Hodge? He's a team leader, he's a complete Chad, and a man we should all strive to be in a way. And that's not to say he has no faults, as his seriousness was once a huge setback for him in his personal life, and even caused his divorce. However, after the heartbreaking killing of his wife Haley, Hodge entered a slow recovery, which is presented in small bits and pieces, such as him growing closer to his son, and Hodge even meeting a new girl. And I couldn't love it more. That must be the magic of a character that has been nothing but a robot for several seasons straight. Once he smiles, you'll smile right back. I rest my case.